in front of the parish of San Jose del Altillo, which belongs to the religious congregation of the Missionaries of the Holy Spirit.
Inúndame, Señor, con tu espíritu.
Let's take our imagination back some 200 or 300 years, when the hacienda of San Jose del Altillo was located in this place. This hacienda was owned by the Marquis of Oahu. However, the Marquis never visited the hacienda, as they lived in Leon, Spain. They had inherited the hacienda of El Altillo because the Marquis, Doña Francisca de Valdez y Arciega, was the granddaughter of Francisco de Ardinola, who was governor of the Kingdom of Nueva Vizcaya. Nueva Vizcaya was an immense territory that encompassed the current states of Durango, Coahuila, southern Chihuahua, plus other portions of Sonora and Sinaloa, lands that had been conquered on behalf of the Crown of Castile in the 1530s. Don Francisco arrived in New Spain at the beginning of the 17th century, and as part of his services to the Crown, he was granted numerous lands in Nueva Vizcaya and other parts of what is now Mexico. Among them was the hacienda where we now are. The curious name of El Altillo is due to the location of this hacienda. Being located between Mexico City and Tlalpan, travelers of the viceregal era, and even in the 19th century, came on foot or on horseback, even using from elegant carriages to simple wagons, so it was essential to find a place to rest and spend the night. That place was this hacienda, where they would make Altillo, which means a halt in their long journey. In fact, to the left, some structures from the colonial era survive, such as the main house, which has balconies on the second floor. This site was spectacular, as it offered not only a resting place for people and animals, but also a solace space where fruit trees abounded and the banks of the Magdalena River could be admired, as well as views of the Hayusco and Pedregal. Travelers could also enjoy a good lunch or dinner before continuing their journey. Part of its original orchards can be enjoyed in the gardens surrounding the current chapel. Let's change the century and move to the 19th century, especially to the middle of it. On August 20th, 1847, the American troops reached the neighboring town of Churubusco and defeated the Mexican troops, which opened the way for them to reach Mexico City. However, before heading towards what is now the historic center of Mexico City, the invading troops looked for a place to rest after the battle and heal from their wounds. Knowing the fame and importance of the Altillo, they took the hacienda and spent several days here before heading towards Chapultepec and fighting the battle where the Niños Heroes, or heroic children, died. At the beginning of the 20th century, at the end of the Revolution in April 1918, Doña Concepcion Cabrera de Armida, or Conchita Cabrera, moved to this property with her children. Born in San Luis Potosi in 1861, she was one of the founders of the religious order that currently owns the property, the Missionaries of the Holy Spirit. Since then, the Altillo became an important part of Conchita Cabrera, because here was founded in 1949 the study house of the order, and also her tomb is located in the crypt of the central chapel that is in front of our eyes. The current chapel of San Jose del Altillo is an impressive work of modern architecture. Work began on January 1, 1955, and was carried out by engineer Fernando Lopez Carmona and architects Enrique de la Mora and Felix Candela, and was completed in February 1957. Upon entering the chapel, you can realize how innovative the work was, built from steel, cement, and glass, forming a hyperbole that opens a space to observe the altar and the stained glass. The stained glass windows made by the artists, Kitsia and Herbert Hoffman, represent the Holy Spirit. One is behind the altar, combining blue crystals with gold, while the second is above the choir, dominating its golden tones. As a whole, the chapel is a magnificent work for its integration and acoustics, forming a space that is no less spiritual for being sophisticated. We recommend you rest a little to enjoy the environment offered by the light of the stained glass.